Gotta defend myself here, you know. I can feel the swords already being drawn. Shh. He's pausing again. Someone ought to do something. I don't know why I'm doing this like Jason Statham. You guys are silly. I love you though.
I am Noxiddar!
Hey everyone, how's it going? Noxiddar here, and welcome back to our next reaction video in the One Piece anime, episode 18. We just finished our little story with Syrup Village and Usopp, and now Usopp has joined us on our crew. That's really exciting. I had such a good time with that story, and it's been so much fun just hanging out and interacting with all of you in the comments as well. I really enjoyed this anime form of Usopp's origin story. I almost ripped my earbuds out of my head, so that's fun. As you can probably tell, I sound a little under the weather. I haven't actually reacted in like a week, so I hope I remember how to do it still. Speaking of Usopp, you might notice our new addition over in our collection of AI generated One Piece characters. Over here we have Nox Usopp, and he kind of comes with a little bit of a interesting story, I guess you could say. The application that I used didn't have a custom image generator for Usopp. However, they had this little tool that's kind of like a lasso tool, so I could draw around a certain area on an image, and I would just kind of like type in a custom prompt of what I wanted it to generate. And so this was kind of the result. I wanted to get the nose a little bit longer, but no matter what combination of like ultra long nose, obnoxiously long nose, very long tip of the nose, small nostrils, long nose tip, it didn't matter what I put in. It was like, listen, dude, this is big enough. So I thought about going into Photoshop and manipulating it, but I felt like, you know, that's not really in the spirit of AI generated images of myself as One Piece characters. And so this was kind of the limitation of the AI, but everything else I had a lot of fun drawing and, you know, choosing different variants for certain things. And so I actually made a little bit of a graph here to kind of highlight this. Check this out. So as you can see, we start over here on this side, and then we just move all the way over here to our finished product. This is like the Animorphs for Weebs effect going on here as we transition from myself into Noxusop. And yeah, I had a blast with that. So without any more gilding of the lilies, let's get this cursed image off the screen. Well, except for that one. That one's gonna hang around. And let's go ahead and get into our One Piece reaction. I'm looking forward to this. It's been too long since I watched an episode. Ooh, opening with the seagulls again. That's cool. Whoa, where are we going? We're like spinning around. The Going Merry, that's right, we have a ship now. Man, I can actually relate with this. You gotta rehearse that bravery. Like, you know what? I'm gonna say this when I get in this situation. Let's like, don't pretend you don't do it. Everybody does it. So it's fun. It's fun knowing like just the amount of heroism that Usopp possesses within his mind, and he's rehearsed. He's ready for that moment to let the world know. Oh, look at that. True. Harsh, but true.
見てもらいたかったね。忘れてもらっちゃ困るぜ。天才画家を。天才画家
I like the way they did it this time. Now we actually have Usopp right at the very onset to be able to kind of throw in his hat, or as it were. But I'm so glad that they showed this in the live action One Piece. I remember when I first saw it in the trailer, and because I had no idea that was actually, you know, part of Luffy's thing where he didn't quite have the talent. I actually took it very seriously, and so when I saw it in the live action and I saw how serious he was taking it, I was like, oh, I don't know how I feel about this quality, but that was like the whole point. So yeah, it's cool to see it here. Ah, very cool. Yeah, just like the live action. That's cool. I know this is probably going to be so annoying, but I'm going to just draw that comparison. I actually really liked the heartwarming feel of having the main mast unfurl in the live action and seeing the slow reveal of Luffy's in pirate insignia being put on full display as the wind took it, and just like being able to see that emotional reaction and surprise on his face. I think I'm getting tangled up here. I really like the way that they did it. This kind of like makes it more like, you know, once Luffy knew this person had the talent, this was the task, and this was the job, and this is the job complete, which, you know, very much highlights his ability as a captain, where I feel like the other one in the live action kind of highlights the love of the crew that they have for their captain. I think both are just equally important, but it's kind of interesting the way that this one plays out. Again, these sound effects are so good. Treasure Island? Wow. What did you expect, Usopp? Yeah, no fear. We're doing this. I love these nautical shots. Composed images. I think it's so cool. Beautiful work. This really feels like our first adventure as a crew. I laugh, but that would be terrifying in real life. Panda, bat, chicken, dog. This place is like the island of misfit toys. Oh. Now you're about to incur his wrath. Kind of. Ooh. Oh man, cat's out of the bag. Oh, that's cool, yeah. I mean, I guess we've seen him do that before, but this seems awfully reminiscent of a lot of like Japanese ghost stories in which a lot of inanimate objects like kind of come to life and become monsters of their own. So are the creatures that we saw back there, is this supposedly part of the curse? I'm sure the episode will probably disclose this. This is one of those creative thought processes, these thought exercises that you come up with, especially like as a reader, right? Like you try to kind of infer maybe what might happen next. All right, calm your jets. Maybe you've never opened a book, but that's how we read. That's how we go through stories, and that's what I'm doing in this moment when I pause. All right, calm down. Okay, let's go ahead and continue. Gotta defend myself here. You know, I can feel the swords already being drawn. Shh. He's pausing again. Someone ought to do something. I don't know why I'm doing this like Jason Statham. You guys are silly. I love you though. Oh yeah, for sure. We had the feet. These things look like creatures that Sid from Toy Story would have put together and like just had roaming around his backyard. Is that where we are right now? Is this island just Sid's backyard in Toy Story? He's like a chia pet. I love physical humor. This is so good. Yeah, look at that. Are you sheltered? I love that ever since that beginning arc with Syrup Village, like Zoro and Luffy's personalities are just in lockstep, and it's just they always say like, you know, good jokes come in like threes and things like that. So sometimes just seeing like the repetition of dialogue here for comedic effect is it works really well. For me, I love jokes. I love dad humor. I love puns. I love things like that. So, you know, maybe this isn't everybody's favorite episode, but I love so far. I love the physical humor. I love the ridiculous, just like over exaggerated nature of it. This is so great. And I also love that everybody's following along with calling this guy God instead of, you know, really trying to clarify. And it's like, all right, pirate, what was your name? We're just getting it slow rolled to us. That's really cool. Don't do the same stupid. I just read the subtitle after I said all that. All right, you know what? He's wrong. I'm right. I'm right in this situation. All right? Right. Yeah. Let's keep going. Oh. His confidence is easy because he never has to question it. He just does it. Yeah. The only people that question it are people that, you know, already have it in their head that it can't be done. So, Luffy's got it all figured out. Gaimon. I was wondering what his name was. Into the box. Okay. Oh no. Look at Luffy just eating that up.
お前海賊専門の泥棒だよな。あんた失礼ね。私だって場をわきまえてるわ。
I think one of the things that I really appreciate having started to now get into the rhythm with One Piece, and I find myself doing this more and more in my everyday life outside of these reaction videos, is like asking people, talking to people about what are their dreams, what are their goals, what are they chasing, what are they interested in a way that it's amazing how reflecting back, especially coming back home from Japan, which was really hard for me, and even that was now almost 10 years ago, and just having almost a decade of feeling like I was just kind of listless without any kind of major sense of direction. Everything was just kind of on a whim or just a stab in the dark, I guess. And so how powerful it is to be kind of inundated with a story where we're meeting people with dreams, with ambitious goals. And it's something that I find myself, like I said, in my everyday life wanting to talk and have conversations about that with people. And I really feel like after watching the live action One Piece and now sitting down to react, for me and for you with these with this anime, it really does kind of feel like I have a dream again, and I have a direction, and it's such a great feeling. So I just wanted to kind of pause there for a second and just kind of reflect on that. This is this is such a bonkers little storyline, but you know, you never know when you will have those moments of just reflection, and it's like you should always stop and reflect when you have that opportunity, because you never want to let a good feeling go. This guy cracks me up. What? Cow, turtle, tortoise, maybe? Tortoise. For sure, definitely. Look at the size of it. I love it. Like a grappling hook. Uh-oh. What? Oh! Oh, that's so cool. There for a minute, oh, I didn't think there would be anything up there. Wait, what? Oh no. Oh yeah, I guess I never really thought about that. Especially people that are selling treasure maps. There must be a real bustling business for people that are like, hey, I've got this super exclusive treasure map and it will lead you to treasure. How do you know it'll lead to treasure? You'll see. By the way, how did you come by procuring this business of wonders and trinkets? You know, just little knickknacks here and there. You gonna buy my map? The use of colors is fantastic. Found his family. I can respect that. By the whole world. That was such a cool little side story. Um, and like I said, I think the biggest takeaway for me was just how special it is to just meet people with dreams and to be able to want to just carry that over. And, it's not just asking people what their dreams are, especially when I'm talking to students. I think it's just really neat to also be able to be in a position to kind of mentor them and guide them toward, the beginning steps towards following that dream. I think that's so cool. As that was a really neat, interesting twist of like the feeling of having been locked into wanting that thing for so long, only to find that there was nothing of value there and to feel free from it. Like how many fruitless endeavors have you ever been on in your life where you ultimately reach a point where you say, you know what, this actually doesn't have value for me. I found the value back here. And, for Gaimon, it was the strange creatures that had become his friends and his family. And yeah, that's just like a really feel good story. I really enjoyed this episode. This was quite good. But I feel like because this was kind of a one-off episode, we'll go ahead and we'll just make this a one-off episode. So we'll go ahead and we'll call it right here, and we'll be back before you know it. I think if I end up having multiple one episode reactions, I might actually just upload 2 videos on my normal reaction day so that I could kind of still hit 2 episodes. I think that might be kind of fair, don't you think? And so we'll just kind of put them like maybe within an hour of each other. So yeah, let's go ahead and do something like that. That would be cool. All right, but yeah, let's call it right here. Thank you all so much for joining me on this reaction. I'm starting to feel a little better. I don't think I'm going to be under the weather for too much longer, although if I make a whole bunch of videos, then I'm going to just be sick for a whole bunch of videos. So don't worry about me. I'll give you updates in the descriptions down below. I'll see you later. This is Noxiddar out.